Good reads. We are standing right here at the United States International University in Africa, and that building you see right there is the most important building of this school because it is the library where the most important books are stored, and inside there is a copy or copies of our books, and we're gonna walk inside right now in just a second to pick a few of the copies, and then we talk about it directly. And with me are two of my special friends. One is Majek Akol, you can even just say it, and Nyan Bol-USIU. So if you're watching this video, please come with us. Friends, we're gonna go up. The book is not down here, we have the second floor. We pick it from there and then we find somewhere to sit. Let's go. Here is a copy of copies of them.
This is a book, the Lands of the Exiled. It's a very nice book. Someone who is still not getting this book, the time you will get it, you will be excited and you will know that there is something very nice which is written in this book. So we are going on.
Let's go up and find somewhere comfortable where we can sit with no this air blowing and so forth. So let's go. Good reads. We are now settled inside the USIU library. As you can see behind us are shelves and the places where we pick the copies. These copies we are going to talk about within a very, very limited period of time. I am Victor BK Bol, the author of The Land of the Exiled, this book that we're going to talk about right now.
Yeah, my Sheikh Malok Akol. We are here for the book here brother book on Chogot book by the pay mid pay dan quên thế là chơi quên cái ní là ngon kia quên mẹ đỡ bây giờ nó chặt ngon bây giờ hiểu
là đại ông mà tin win could you reason là bi ne dong ko bala quên chứ mình chân là mẹ đỡ and then cái reason theo ko hotel me tin cái reason jam ko me tin anu quạt cái chilo la Zambia lo cái chuk lo kin, and then what is it and how is it beneficial to the community. So before Kyo Kala deeper into the content of the book, I would really like to jump a little bit as an overview of the content I have. Like I said in some of my writings I've been posting somewhere, I stated that the book is really a check. You see, a lot of people think maybe Kadida by detail, and they were like, oh, you wrote some really big content. Actually, but the few like my brothers who are here, and my sister too, They really they appreciate it because and once they read it, they come back like, okay, we just at one instant they could I know the book itself is a fictional novel. It is a fictional. It's a work of art, and we've tried very, very, very much. We are mysterious on the way of our words. It is offensive, but it outlays some messages in our society, in our lives basically, and a lot of things. So in the content of the book, it is actually not directly facing certain challenges, and that's it basically. So the book is only 7 chapters. Only 7 chapters. Imagine, 7 chapters is something. It's less than and other basically, it's less and a lot of books over the time and so much more. So inside, I said last time, calling disclaimer to thing, calling acknowledgement to thing, and dedication, and I would like to repeat it in everywhere. I am really talking from what the German thing lazima berich, okay. Inga ke coach one check recommend in my book, coach one thing like coach link in my life, coach be and be friends coach again, and a lot of their effort seeking again, lazima again appreciate it. So the book in the first place is dedicated to my grandfather in Exiled Bol-USIU, which is a town and it's very far, but we will zoom it and I show you Exiled Bol-USIU. And I have acknowledged my friends also. Many of them, it won't matter how many they are. Quite key to think about what is best because I think a lot of friends can catch again in order we can book loyal as a million coach again, but it is sponsored in every way. Can be sponsored by well gain or be sponsored. Group then or like catch and you can my brother tent who jam about it today. These are some of the reasons. So the book itself, my brother was really linked to all they are banning, and I said okay, and then we talk about them, and then also for 10 retreat because lately until young messages I receive on WhatsApp, friends at okay, a lot of questions which I need Bakaban mentioned because I within a short time, and then I will talk about them. But before Kian Katij, we will overview about cut through the book. I'm not reading it, but I'm just going to run through the book. So in the first place, which is chapter 1, I joke with a very brief, very brief. When I say brief, it's actually brief. It's 1 page, brief preamble. A talk about a certain setting. Okay, where did we set the book? Because the book is in a dialogue. Some of the people may call it that way, in that film. And it's like a story. There are characters, a few characters, and notably called Kajagat. The first person is called Joel Nock. The second one is called Alfonso. And the third character is called Tonatiop, which is the most character I know. And Gwen and I fall in love with this character. This is the character you are the readers or the listeners are gonna fall in love with. So it's called Tonatiop. And not only them in the novel, there are a lot of character involved. A lot of them in either field because it is like a communal based setting in a small village, Choltiet. It's in Baral Ghazal, South Sudan. This is the village where it took place, and actually it just began with some funny story. Job was a simple chimney, but a rare normal life, like comfortable. Over jam campus like Chulum, we are having a conversation about our life, about the book. So this is a very way into Chibukan Rojak. It's a job was story thing in the community, but once in Kun, a thing appeared was in Chenga Kun, but within a short time about some happenings, we are surprised what is happening. And then as you read a link story, you read develop the story that go. Story read develop the story that go. This is some funny thing. So my brother, if the link something we do lots of our friends, good friends, because they be link up young way then on the comment section or somewhere we can text in or a book of thousand take our parts my details where you can find.
Okay, Palpa brother boy. You will put your well Palpa. Kapat ake karar pinum. Ake karar pandan John South Sudan. Chin book chin a bear book and a pot. When Langa, we Bagajati, we're quite working. There are a job wood. In Wamak wood. Akala book which I got, which I made a pair.
Okay.
So, canoe chio, canoe quite title, which on
The land
the land
of
the land of the exile.
Okay.
So, we believe like good day, canoe quite in the title, chicken who been book, been at the other. So, we believe like when die, quite book and do you, Leran Guayonia, you information. I don't think I got you already.
True.
So, to which level?
Okay, but then as much as possible, prepare, check it by ten, ten copying here. In reason, China coin, the title actually, itself a call you wrote explain a Martin of the king, Kadia Bialian, the utmost interest why he authored chicken China coin. And the interest is focused on his own words. And more coin entitled chicken because book you got as we see book that the digital libraries, a link content and therefore it stands for content and in these two you find the land of the exile. This is a very interesting question. In itself alone, the land actually we could go into behind lakin ten rojala warten to job la ben to exile. Into thin like okay now can I do watch so the land of the exile I try inspired because book itself which I got when again but then ten quite in the back you got that it's a fictitious novel which is setting the chiloy zaman wal lingok mashakin. Okay, Zaman Ki Okabua, Youth Independent by Pana. Okay, the book is not actually about history. The king is a fiction, one to tell about history. You see this? So fiction should lawyer about our history. So it's happening on the periods or those days when there were how you call it, liberation struggle over which book in the very and so I happened to okay. My book about the land of the exile because the focus is not telling the history. The history you could already is college. The focus here, the focal point is I'm trying to outlay a certain message when a children ignored in the society. And what exactly is that message? The message is this: Zaman Loikoch is struggle. Alinkayaka Louis race we're struggling for this, we're struggling for that. Make a pure history. So now I tried setting the story of Bebe in a life in a way that portrays a life, one unique history itself. Okay, this is what is happening. There is a struggle, but there's something people are facing at the back here. Okay, what Chelo mentioned in the history. So I'm bringing this as a family link. Families Chakoshozen, and therefore that's why I call it the land of the exile. That's a link wrote a link dead pin also, and that colored pin gonna kill you out, and that is what you're going to find when you read. And so the title, if I
taken brother Bol, the book is almost about to be history book of South Sudan, which is about the history done South Sudan is Akaka in the Chile near it, you can buy a morning. Any other week you can make history can South Sudan or a week you can add to book China got can.
Wow, this is very interesting. It's actually very interesting, and I have to take Zaman Tinyo Balongo Bangit there. I was talking about the title, but you connect any questions about Chokan because I wrote La Connect, a very important one. Question La Bangit Bear, Chocolonaki and Tia Kepala Tagaja took. Who Banda Bay somewhere, but they'll be able to the key and teach. So, exile actually, exiling it could what it means in English, and to my book, the exile I mean are it themselves. Okay, meaning a rare pan Jepande. That is the direct translation in my words. Koi one rare pan Jepande or pin coach Jintade, entire road Welton with Thunder. So, on my focal point where the book talking history to page or Chibutalton actually what matters is a word for book. Kadanga got Kubula Tau into history or Bula Tau into the basic one and you get it for okay. But it is important if I did it if we happen to get that chance. The beer recommend it's talking about there's certain things you know in our society, and therefore chila book Paul bus we are and one young interest in a yoke. Let them be a pure thing called one. They can be students or any person. It can be in other different fields. Or pure also. So it's a really big recommendation. If we happen to do it, we recommend we appear also on certain points. Certain type of people also everybody, because the grade is actually for the grades 12 and above. In a person below grade 12, I believe it won't be easy to be loaded with it. I know you got in language some stories which you could unpan more young. I know could only got to chicken we could white. Yeah, chilla bakadang got what they quite took it in, you know, you got to chicken we could do white. Hotel could look a cup and one young kind of your link can nose. Link can go jam or ban can the bathing. With the choku can
thinking war
and exactly in the chocolate I think so with time and with the content that in inshallah a best in everybody for fit in any institution will be used for a certain purpose, a fit for any institution, and exactly that's it.
we quay đai cái đấy bây giờ là cái bao bè qua mắt của là có gì ban thế được cái đấy bữa thế gì là bố cái gì cái lăng ran itu rồi có lên diao lên nhìn phiêu so cái nó cái như tao thì nó ran diao cái gì này so we bữa thế thì cũng là ban thì người mới gì nữa
that is interesting. Zaman Chandafi publishers, Zaman Luo Wokek, you know, the first thing she learned the title Chapangan, you know, it was Choyek thinking, they were a bit debating about it. And then Zaman Cho cover Japan design, because the cover she designed, she to one region, one book which will be a portrait. Chara and Kia Quenka go ting a took cover, and so first can took exaggerated actually, but first ran Miku. Chabu representing the Kinaran agent Chuksunian, Luku formatted Bent and when Kiran the hour and then into a question Dalabentin, what is the purpose of that? Actually, Ogalang emotions in the society, and emotions are revealed. Maybe anxiety or depression or lost children loitinen. Ren mit poe ye gotin ta da top school wala ding celebration kiden tin cha shi lo tin ran da ta chali ba zo quick lo num ben ke ga mu da ben so ent chan ran kan la kwan na no title cha kwan cha la ba ke randal. You see this I randal ka bi ala contradicting lo i title kan de lo I think the cherom ke sura ran te ko lekin ati ran sura ku le title tin le okay this they are fit can be matching and therefore enter the point in run chitken gen we tower ko chan be story go well already ke ka cha kwen go gwang na lo kwen ngi tin ke bala yok tin so into cholo we arrived into to this run won't take and if you read actually I tried very much now to go through it. But London, this person, there's somewhere in the appeared. So think I bear when a big lay somewhere in why of the Rankin coin. And the Chayan exactly in Rankin, the king, a link sample to the venting somewhere. A link described in Iran Muganum edited, Kabbalah arrived to the cover, maybe the okay, and cover continue the chatting. So the person is symbolic. It represents something. It represents, just as Chitkam as the and it represents everything. Mucho Kalamal Valpany or the Maket or the Rante, everything in symbolic. It has something it represents. So the same thing. First represents something. It stands for emotions, but in a very, very major objective, which Tajua Bugitan. We will rewind a little bit and Volcon, check, and then over trying to jam a little bit about the book done in Chugot, Chelten, the land of the exile, or Nairobi, in school, United States International University, library right now in Jamokton. Die video can when Chemko or the but that was everything I've just advised. Palipopin, quite kuchugul one there, boy chuka book and we will reverse it everything slowly or book chain. So in the next few minutes, book them book. chol check it chango chipa buka ya jam up edited chill do children go bubble school ku kan kin ka chuken do let's go and look it out do bula yop tinku bu kwen ka ju chu bulwel ten ba den atatin and therefore in chia god che what book create when chu god book well like well ko ben and gat ko so I take a link news book got a news book well and then abjala madik ke so I think 1 or 2 questions to get the book talk and then also and billion question that the teaching but then the job talk the teach question thing well I am become teaching in book and the teach actually teaching yin which by teach was generally teaching in book what do you think theme la ben bet in team get chat book and think book one I think if you see it on the view where far does it feel a little when to get something well I think the chigot was like maybe ranch duck appeared we quite copy just general question teaching a thing but in book thing okay and we book and lot in a week but and then a link basic ben no make we but and then also what recommendation because the link part check when the thing a chilla about friends who also invite them big up when or the team you go pokoi when chine when nyangten that is my general question
okay we call you a guy who in bold là cái book luôn cái thing book bị tên book the thing and then cái chữ tốt thế còn nằm chút cho nó lên cái chữ tao nằm cái mới em phải cái càng nhận từ càng đi càng thì cái book cái mình để yoga này I was so busy và thing là book cái yoga càng phải đi at least the content cái cái thì mà càng phải bậc cái điện cho họ luôn book book mà em phải coi yoga đã giờ có thing có nên tại chỗ chắc đó từ giờ cái đây apa cái giờ là yoga cái đó bagi yoga mình biar aja phải đi yo kwen chapter to betul dia quay ni ne ran the past day bini yo quay ni so bukan buka pat ku kaya tin bukan ni to le ko di ba le ka yo bukai wa especially panichor bar kaza region di South Sudan to le ka yo bukai wa ra ba di cái cái chút lúa rồi, giờ cái yêu, abu cái dial palpe, cái bị cái dial wari, đi chi bên nào rồi, cái có bị nhìn chi lắm rồi, so anh cái tiếng cái lớp cái bị bukan cái, so anh cái tiếng cái,
iya, lalu kuat kia god yakudun, dan mereka pun buat itu, cint kia god sambal, god killing purpose, god link ke dia lalu di society or what friend bela yo. Tenants that work in a Chinese spite when one chin a teach got 10 quantity, the link on here to be one. Parang when a big win, the kin of them consent got quite by in Geneva. I've been put what that to be yet for 10 setting in Chula Loy Bentet. Well, a very interesting character, quite the simple Kin Ranella and Yara Peditor and Chol Tonatio, Ranella, Yartin of Peditor. Language also. I run Chol Abdul Al-Bagi Biladel Sud. I run Mujir Kidel school, and there is where in related cake education. So it's very much related cake education. So setting a tough certain community one in Chol Tiet, who again a band a loyalty school. School can do in Chol Abdul Al-Bagi Biladel Sud, also run Chol Swapmir. And many others also. We are Buna society actually. I tried to society, but to bed in a Chawi got specifically period bus and chat. Okay, Jabba society, but outlay, but where you're going to test society in a Buna, Kamalington, Galabentin, who even from one jungle, relation, the relation thing, your language, Kikujalo, we are too much though, the king. The thing I know, I found out, Alang Majongwood.
Yeah,
Zaman dan taken, new take a lot, gun to like a chop. The thing about because take a look at kind of Chilla exempt from it. So that is in it, all of it. And before Kin and just take the last question, I think the last or the second last.
Yeah, last question.
Before Kin and take the last question, the book actually, God came my grandfather in Pierre Davis and Channel book thing. he my grandfather and dedicated thinking, and then for Sajala Bay in a fictional way. Kichurolo Piede Vijala Madikawan, Loro in the society today or in the last days in Chanke book, Chanke recommend like Chanke got I tried very much, and I talk about it often every now and then. So
question ni được thế cái yêu cái ngon cái bị quay bên là quên nên bút người ngon cái bị cái quên đi ra này nhai cái cần là cái quên lấy cái liều là qua bài
very good. The thing we go called but then zoom in then color to user called yellow. I can't find us what link yellow stands for something. And hope. Okay, you call it hope. So the book is hope. Then and be hope. Actually, watching hope one. Che what be bogo link hope tinku tweng within it. And the book which had obtained run 1972 Bujal Bentwing. So Chadukchen by written. Therefore, history and Gatku in a way one key got. Be could one change young Chenton. And therefore, a link hope also. Pirkin and Chok Teptin, Peter Twen Buyender, Chid Hope, Oga Dai Pichiro. Okay, a group band between. So, Kenin the first message in Latin, quite a lot of themes also. Pure quite near also. Chit to be quite a cooperating. Taba quite a grand, telling him Mashaka Chirot, and no Mashakil to Yada, Chirot and Bugit. To Queen in a link Mashakil the thing. Mashakil Katanga root salt in a project quite a much. So, union, a unity. So theme that should be within Bugich. So story along with a lot also. Fun also, humor kind of very important. Because ya dollar Martin you're kind of part of it. Chabala Newton and humor. Chan party because Bana doll somewhere. I love a care with one mood with Nyan quiz and a link point the work about a Romton Park Bandol. A link stories cock jettle, a care given. Okay, link of work Podria Kuban Kadol Martin Chan Bago water. Remember being Kadol, the last of portrait water of Van Ben makers. In you know, well, Ben after Chingapu, Piandu Chol Midkin. So the theme is actually near hope and a lot of scores because of society. In society today, new Kurut. Okay, so in hope to Ben within and in my conclusion, quite school tao kotin matin gan school and jam kotin Arling right I'll be been into library told it in today and they can just look at it in the shelf. I check a gum in this school in the library. Then I think I teach a cut next month, which is very near. Today is 25. Next month I'll be in the market, and then I and talk I will try to facilitate to get quite a big tay getting and even out of Africa because we're learning digital media this time. They could even go over the tower and do you go palping with the pen. So I think I cut today we're learning a lot of time and book chukting a chego chupu jam to talk book them energy the band self and then we need some more jam about some of the chapters the curated thing. And I will be doing also the book reading itself with time. So in this case, we achieved into a conclusion and Brian Kibandwell Tani Wamada to Brian Kibandwell and Bol Kon Bol and then book and Chagot after Pin and Jim Kuich.
Aranachal my Chango upon that time Uranachal Bol Kon, his school United States International University, Africa, USIU, Africa. Well, I get to Calto, who look at the so I take I need to in a manual way, we call you waiting. The cheetah be booked or dot in a manual way, Kudaman one more. So we are chocolate, chocolate.
Appreciate it. Okay. Thank you for watching all this entire video. You have reached the end. Consider subscribing and also sharing. And lastly, the details will be indicated below. If you need to ask anything or any recommendation, just follow the information I'm going to provide below, or just check right now. There is an information below. Let us know.